Hello YouTubes! Welcome back, Haunt Fam. So today I want to do kind of an updated video of a video I've done before, and that video is about making teeth. So I've got a megalodon tooth here that's a real fossil, and I've got some boar's tusks that are very real, and I want to show you guys how to make some different styles of teeth for your projects and props at home. Okay YouTube, so here's the megalodon tooth. These are a very set of real boar's tusks. And my other first video, we just kind of rolled out some teeth made in clay, but I only did one style, so I want to show you guys some different styles since teeth obviously come in many shapes. Now you can do this a couple of different ways. If you want a bunch of teeth, you could obviously mold these, which I have. I do have a mold of this tooth. I do have a mold of the boar's tusks. And I went ahead and just made copies of resin, so I can make these up as I need them for masks or for projects or whatever, or for like tribal jewelry or whatever. So that's not an issue either. So you can also go the store-bought route, which I have here, a bunch of store-bought teeth. And these are Monstrous Design Studios teeth. I like these the best because they have sort of like, little striations and chips and stuff, and they look like real teeth. You can go to Etsy and get pumpkin teeth, which are very smooth, and you just stab them into your project, your pumpkin, your foam, whatever. They work great. And you can put them in masks too if you want, but they're nice and smooth, which I'm not so much of a fan for because they don't look real to me. Same as these little wavy guys are from Menards. You get a whole pumpkin kit for like $2 or $3. But I thought today I'd show you some of the other teeth I made in my original video, which were these guys. The same ones from the very video, and I'll link that below. So we made these guys last time in my other video. The orange ones are left over from the Creature of the Black Lagoon. So you can also take your clay, and instead of making teeth, you could also make claws and other stuff. And like I said, I used one little package of Sculpting, and I rolled out, what, I think 14, 15 claws. We had plenty of extras. This little pack right here was, again, I think one package of Sculpey. So I made a bunch of these. And today I just wanted to do a different style to show you guys different styles of teeth you can make and make multiples of if you don't want to mold them and you're doing them for maybe one project and you want a bunch of teeth for. So we're going to get set up. We're going to start making some teeth. Okay, YouTubes. So in my last video, we basically just did the rollout method. We took a tooth, we rolled it out, we stuck a shish kebab stick in it so we could put it into foam or whatever, up into a creature or into a monster somehow. And you can scale up, scale down. You can twist them if you want. They make great horns, claws. They don't have to just be teeth. So these are your basic simple kind, but I thought, okay, let's do something a little more advanced. Let's say you got like an aquatic project. Maybe you do a swamp hunt like I do or something like that. So you need some shark's teeth. So we're going to go right to our Sculpey. Again, the Primo, the same stuff we did the Creature of the Black Lagoon with. And you can absolutely mix yellows and oranges and browns with your clay to get different shades. If you want to like sort of pre-stain your teeth basically, or tint them down, since this is a translucent clay. And sometimes it can be a bear to work with, so just a little bit of baby oil in your hand. This is from the dollar store. It'll soften out your clay where it's real soft and mushy and nice and malleable. So for one of the teeth I like to do, shark's teeth. It's a real simple fix. I mean, look at this big old meg tooth. Now that's a real, I don't know, 20, 30, or 1,000-year-old fossil. So let's say you need some shark's teeth. I've got a KFC butter knife. You can see, might not be picked up on camera, I got these little serrations across the edge. So this little Kentucky Fried Chicken butter knife works great for making teeth because most shark's teeth have serrations on the edge. So you can just take it, just basically cut your clay with it. And you can scale up or down for size if you got a big shark, small shark, whatever, don't matter. So now we've got these little serrated teeth that show that we have a shark's tooth. And again, you can scale up or down for size, doesn't matter. And you can always go back in and press more. Now because they're shark's teeth, they generally have a little bit of gum to them. So again, the gum is super easy. For the gum, same thing. Take a little bit of clay, we'll make a little snake or a little worm. We'll roll it out. And this will be the top of our gum. And there you go. And then you can put a little pinch here, just to give you something to stab into the gum or foam or something like that. And if you want, you can put the shish kebab stick in or whatever. But a lot of times teeth, for sharks, they are serrated. And for like tiger sharks, they're bent sideways and serrated. And you can make your teeth any way you want, it don't matter. So again, using our little KFC knife, we can just bring it down and sharpen. And for teeth, they make these little things. I don't know if they're drag tools or what they are, but shark's teeth generally have lines in them. Like you can see, this one's got lines and the dentin and stuff on it, enamel. So they don't have to be perfect. So we basically got us a little shark's teeth here. We can tweak back this little edge. And we got us a little serrated shark's teeth. We can make a bunch of these out of just rolling out a flat little roll of clay. And we can have a bunch of shark's teeth to stab up into a project. And again, you can make them bigger or smaller, don't matter. Okay, YouTubes, so let's say you're making a big snake or a saber-toothed tiger, or you're making yourself a pig mask or something like that, and you want some cool big long fang tusks. Again, these are easy. You know, we roll these out, we're just doing a bigger version of this. Come down to a nice point, and then we'll smash the top in a little bit so we have a wider top at the end of the tooth. And that's our basic shape. Now you see here it's got a nice little ridge rolled into the tooth, probably for strength. So again, you use a ball stylus or the back of a cup, and you just want to come down and make that little ridge in there for strength. Not a big deal. In fact, you could probably drag it down too. And then you can use, like, you know, anything like even a little wire brush. Something as simple as this helps give those little natural tooth marks and scratches, and like it's been chewing on animals and, you know, getting into fights and stuff like that. So these give your teeth real nice texture. And you can also just take regular little tools and you can sort of cut like chips in there just by kind of smashing down. And if you want to put big teeth marks in there, drag marks or, you know, cracks or whatever, super easy. So fangs are always fun. And again, you can just make little chips by indenting and pushing into the clay. And if you're going to go like, say, like nasty tar pit version, like you're doing a saber-tooth tiger, again, foil, one of your best friends. You can just roll your foil along the tooth, and that'll give it some real nice, texture. Real nice texture. And all it is foil. So when you paint these things, you know, that detail will go right into there, and you'll see everything. And then you just go ahead and put it on the pan how you want to mold it, and you can put a shish kebab stick in if you want, if you know you're going to stab it into foam or something like that. Or you can drill it out and make it a necklace. So we're going to put this guy in the pan, and we'll move on. Okay, you twos. Let's say you got a cracked out Easter bunny. He's been sucking down Peeps and Mountain Dew for years, right? You want those nasty, gnarly, rotten rabbit teeth. So we'll just go ahead and we'll trace out our teeth. They don't have to be perfect. You can make them jacked up. Okay, we'll use this as our little gum piece for the top. If you want gums, if not, you can leave them off, no big deal. Or you can stretch it, make it taller, so you got an area to put the stab into a mask, or have a little lip there to put into the gum area. Again, it's kind of like, you know, how crazy you guys want to go. So we'll give our little Easter bunny a little split down the middle. And just go in, pull them apart a little bit and separate them. Alright. So that's basically what we're working with. So we got our teeth kind of split. We can go in there and tweak them by hand if you want to. Make one longer than the other. And then we can go ahead and texture it. You can use the toothbrush or the wire brush. You can use the ball stylus for like little irregular patterns in the mouth. You can also use just a regular shish kebab stick from the dollar store and press some little ridges, like long ridges up to the gum. Roll it out a little bit so it kind of makes the tooth weird thicknesses. So that's what makes it really kind of look realistic. And if you want, you can put holes in the teeth. Like this guy's been chewing on garbage and sugar for so long, he's got holes coming in. You can just stretch it out. And you can make it shorter, longer. You can make it more jacked up. I like doing this like for teeth, because since teeth have ridges at the bottom, I just like to push right into the bottom of the clay. So it gives you those kind of rough edges. Now these will look great in a bunny rabbit mask or anything. And you don't have to buy them, you can just kind of make it yourself. And you can go ahead and poke holes in it, and all this stuff will show up great with like a wash when we do our wash. We'll do some alcohol ink paints later. Instead of putting paint on something so small, we'll just use alcohol inks and we'll stain it. Okay, YouTube, so now for human teeth, it's easy enough just to go on Amazon and buy the small little teeth that are made for like standard size skeletons and stuff like that. You can cut these right out, you can glue right over existing plastic skeleton teeth. They work great for that. But if you get a project like this, my Cyclops I started a couple years ago that I got to finish, I had decided, okay, I'm going to make some teeth for this guy because I want to mold him and make a rigid foam head out of it. So I did the same thing. I rolled a flat sheet of clay out, put some holes and dents, and beat the hell out of some cracked teeth. And I got them where I can just sort of stuff them up in the foam, and the guy's got some teeth. But that works great for front teeth, because front teeth are usually flat. But I also made some molars for this guy that I can stick in the back and clay around them, so that way I'll be able to mold some molars in this guy. So I want to show you guys how to do oversized molars the easy way. Okay, YouTube, so for molars, same thing. I like to roll out just a little stem on the bottom. Doesn't matter how long you make it, just enough to stab into your clay or whatever you're working on. So since molars are big, wide, flat teeth like that, we just kind of smash them with our fingers. And there's really two ways to do this. We can use the old Phillips head screwdriver. Just take a big monster Phillips. You want to stab in right in that center, and that kind of gives you that pucker around the tooth. Or you can also use just a silicone shaper and stab right in. So you can obviously go in, deepen our lines, and that makes a pretty convincing molar. So we made our molar in like, what, 2 seconds? Then you can kind of shape it how you want if you want to stretch them out. If you want to go in and add like more cracks and stuff, you can roll cracks into the side and shape it with just a foil. And if you want to do drag marks, so it shows up real nice with paint, because inks and stuff will go right into those little cracks and pits and make it look great. And we got a little stem that we can use to glue onto or whatever. If it's too long, you just tear it off, not a big deal. Or again, if you wanted to make a bunch of flat ones, you could easily use just a dollar store shish kebab stick. So we're going to play with this a little bit. Maybe we'll open it up, square it off a little bit, and that will be our human molar. Just oversized for a giant size skeleton or whatever. And just play around with it, stretch it out till you're happy. And we're going to call this guy ready to go in the pan. We got a nice little hook on the side, so that way he can lay up against the gum, and you still have plenty of gluing surface left. So let's go ahead and put this in the pan. And I think we're going to go ahead and take these guys and put them in the oven. I'm going to run them in for probably, this clay is 275 per 1/4 inch thick. These guys are all pretty thin, so I'm going to lower the temperature, probably about 15-20 degrees. So I'm probably going to go, let's say, from 275, we're going to go down to 260. And I'm going to put them in for 15 minutes, but I'm going to watch them and babysit them. If you don't, something this thin will start to turn brown and burn the edges. And that's great if you want that. You can go ahead and leave them to cook longer and let them turn brown and black. That's great. So I'm going to run these guys in, we'll bring them back out, and we'll stain them, and I'll show what all our little detail work looks like. Okay, YouTube, we are out of the oven. All our teeth are baked. I can hear it now, but Cobwebs, well, you got so many little baby teeth in there. Are those little baby shark teeth? Are these guys just scaled down? I made a bunch before we went into the oven. So these guys are ready now. They're nice and cool to the touch. We can go ahead and start painting these. Although we're not going to use paint, we're going to use stain. When you're painting something this small, it builds up real heavy unless you're doing just dry brushing. So I think stains are just a great way to go ahead and bring something to life like this and show all the little surface detail that we put in this thing. So I'll stick our teeth over here. I've got some 99% alcohol. I've got a bunch of inks, some sepia inks from Ranger, some regular Chinese inks from Amazon, and a little cup to keep our brush nice and wet. So since we got a shark tooth, I figure we play around with some stains. We got our little shark's tooth right there. I'll just kind of take a little bit of ink. Hopefully this, with the foil is not getting blown out. And look at that. And if we think it's too dark, you can always just take a rag and wipe it off, or take a little alcohol and spread it out. Of course, we're going to be darker towards the root. We can call that guy done. We'll go ahead and clean our brush, and let's try and play with the big giant bunny teeth. Maybe we'll do some red on there. Take a little bit of red. We'll go up under the gum line. Oh yeah, that instantly bites in. That's probably too much red. And we could just knock it back with a little bit more alcohol ink on there. Do his gums. Yeah, see how how great that ink grabs the surface detail that we put in there. So here's our cracked out bunny. And what we don't like, we can easily just rub off. I got a little old glove here. And if you want to go heavier under the gum, we just brush a little in there. Now those are some jacked up monster teeth. Those are awesome. So again, we'll just clean our brush. And let's see, we got our big fang here. This would be an easy one. Fangs, you know, I love big yellow nasty fangs. We'll probably start with our lighter color. We'll take the yellow and we'll just brush up. So it looks like that tartar buildup and just nasty filth and from chewing on bodies and whatever over the years. So we got our nice yellow base, and we'll just take some of the orange. We won't even clean our brush. We'll just go right into the orange, and we'll just sort of blend it down. And again, if you think there's too much on there, all you gotta do is wet your brush, and then lighten it back up. So we can actually take some of the sepia, which is sort of a brown color, take some of that, and we'll go right towards the very top of the root. And this will stain our tooth and give it that nasty, gnarly plaque look that I love. And if you want, you can take a little bit, and that'll start bringing out all those little cracks and crevices and all the stuff that we rolled into our detail. And if it ever gets too much for you, take a rag or anything, wipe it off. So now we got a nice stained tooth. And all we're using is just alcohol inks. We can go right up by the gum with the sepia color, the kind of brown nastiness. And you could easily mix colors. I mean, there's no right way, wrong way to do it. And we got us a nice golden, nasty, gnarly fang. And I think we got, what, down to our molar? The molar is an easy one. We're going to use brown for that. Like if I put this on my Cyclops, I want a big old, gnarly, nasty teeth like the one you never been to the dentist. We'll take our full-on ink and just go down to that corner and pack it down in that molar to make it look like rot and filth, and he ain't never been to the dentist in his life. You can take some orange, go down by the root of it, kind of blend it in, and that's a gnarly, nasty tooth, man. Just like that. We'll just kind of dab it into place. And we use just a couple of drops of alcohol inks of random kinds. And we got our tooths all stained up, and they're basically ready to go in whatever prop we want. So we're good to go now. That's our teeth. Okay, YouTubes, so that is my updated polymer clay teeth video, a little DIY to show you how to either scale up teeth or scale them down for size for props that you may need. If you don't want to go buy store-bought teeth or you can't find something that exactly fits your project, it's a whole lot easier. Just get a little polymer clay, bake it, and make it yourself. So if you guys get a chance, go check my brothers in a Trio of Terror. I am just 1/3. My brothers Vic over at Monster Misfits and Dave at the Weird Kid Show. Guys, we're doing projects like nonstop. Halloween is every day for us. If you guys are building stuff for Halloween, we're beyond the halfway point. Man, come over to my Facebook page, Cobwebs and Candlesticks on Facebook. Join the Haunt fam. Drop your pictures in there, ask questions, get advice. Show us what you're building, share it with everybody. So I hope you guys dug this. Until I see you again, keep it evil. Damn, Hoss, you lay off that Mountain Dew.